Dr. Nneka Jones Tapia is currently the inaugural leader in residence for Chicago Beyond, a not-for-profit organization that works to end the social inequities pervasive in Chicago's communities. Prior to joining Chicago Beyond, Dr. Tapia served as a senior fellow at the University of Chicago Institute of Politics. Dr. Jones Tapia is probably best known as the first psychologist to have been appointed in the history of the United States to the position of Chief Warden of the Cook County Jail. Any big county jail, the first psychologist to be appointed to that. Dr. Tapia has been a terrific advocate and partner in finding training opportunities for prescribing psychologists. Perhaps one day she too will become a prescribing psychologist. It's my great pleasure to present to you Dr. Nneka Jones Tapia.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? I know we have often heard this term that America is in the middle of a mental health crisis. And whether or not we believe that America is in the middle of a mental health crisis, what I can tell you is that if that is indeed the case, Black America is in the middle of a mental health war. And why is that? African Americans are 20% more likely to experience a serious mental illness. We are overexposed to the many traumas that increase our risk of developing a mental health condition. Overexposed to violence, overexposed to homelessness, overexposed to poverty, and overexposed to incarceration. Less than 6 miles away from this beautiful building sits one of the country's largest single-site jails in the country. Cook County Jail right now is detaining a little less than 6,000 men and women. 6,000. And 70% of those individuals are Black. All of them are overexposed. It was my years at Cook County Jail and my years of working, not as an inmate, my years of working at Cook County Jail and this realization of what that overexposure has been doing to Black people in particular that made me realize we needed to do more. That was why I was an early supporter of prescription privileges for Illinois psychologists. Prescription privileges for Black psychologists in the state of Illinois and non-Black psychologists who are committed to providing culturally competent care to Black people means that we are no longer going to do business as usual. It means that we are going to equip our clinicians with the skills that they need to provide holistic care to the men and women who need us most. It's through my work with Chicago Beyond, the organization I'm with now, who is focused on a holistic approach, that I've had the pleasure of working with young men and women from the South Side of Chicago. And unlike what you hear on the local and national news, our young men and women growing up on the South Side of Chicago are brilliant and resilient. Yet they are overexposed and underserved. So if that means that we have to provide services to our young people, we have to do so more thoughtfully. And that means providing that holistic quality of care, providing that ecosystem of support, so that whether they need therapy, case management, guidance, mentorship, or even a little medication, we can provide it. And as one of my young men